Hello, this is John Kohler from DiscountJuicers.com, and I'll be giving a demonstration of the Saladaco, also called spiral slicer. The spiral slicer was originally invented in Japan for making those intricate Asian and unique garnishes for the plate. But raw foodists really love this machine. It'll basically take any kind of zucchini. I got some green zucchini and some yellow squash here, and it'll make fine angel hair-like strands with them. And raw foodists like to call that, like spaghetti pasta or angel hair pasta, which you can then also make, and there is no cooking involved, so basically it's just like a julienne slicer. It would make long, really long strips, which you'll see in a minute, threads of zucchini. And then you'll just make a simple marinara sauce to put on the pasta. So let me tell you how to use the slicer. The first step is really important, actually, even before you get to your house. It's when you're in your garden or when you're shopping at the store for produce to use in the slicer, okay? So the first thing is you want to select some produce that's nice and straight. So I've selected this one. It's pretty nice and straight. I mean, if it was like really curved like this, you wouldn't really want to use it because it's not going to work that well. This one's nice and straight. The other thing you want to do is you want to get a nice fat diameter. So I mean, this is one of the fattest ones that they had at the supermarket. But even fatter is better. But you don't want it too fat. If it's too fat, it's too mature, and if it's too mature, then there are seeds and it gets soft in the middle. The other thing you want to look for is you want to make sure your produce is firm, nice and firm, not smushy, not spongy, because then the slicer's not going to work for you, okay? Some of the things you could also do is you could do daikon. Daikon's really good. You want to make sure, once again, long and straight. This one's a little bit curved, but we could work with a little bit of curve, so if you got a little bit of curves, it's going to be all right. If you're going to do carrots, I got some really nice fat carrots here, which is going to work really well. If you do get some carrots, you want to watch out for the skinny ones. They're not going to work quite as well. Once again, you don't want curved ones. You don't want ones that are smushy. And if you're picking them from your garden, you want to pick produce hopefully that's nice and straight and not curved and not too old. The other thing I really like to do is the Asian cucumbers. Now, regular cucumbers will not work in this machine. The English cucumbers here have usually small or no seeds, and they work really well. So why don't we go ahead and first we'll chop some of this English cucumber up and we'll spiralize it. So the first thing you want to do is you want to cut it into a nice section. As you can see, the tool is only this long, so you can only cut a piece of the cucumber that's maybe 5 inches or less. So what you want to do is you want to cut it into a log, and you want to cut it exactly straight on both sides. So both sides are exactly straight. We're going to peel off the plastic here on this cucumber. The next thing you want to do is you're going to take the top off of the slicer, and you're going to find the center point of the cucumber and put it in the center point where there's a little nub of the slicer. You have two selections on this slicer. You have if it's a selector level down right here where there's no blade up, and that will give you basically like curly cues or nice for garnish. Or then if you put this up, it'll have the blades. So you're going to center the middle of this onto the center of the middle of that. You're going to put it right in there. Once that's in there, you're going to put this on and then lock the top down. You lock the top down by turning it. It locks in place. Then you're going to want to, I use 2 hands when you're doing this. This is really important. This is the most important thing to remember aside from produce selection. You want to hold it with one hand, and with the other hand you're going to put it on the top, and I like to hold it with the palm of my hand, and you're going to rotate it. And as you rotate, you need to put constant downward pressure on the machine. And as you do it, you'll be cutting, and in this case we're cutting cucumbers. You're going to rotate at a constant pace, constant downward pressure. And we're going to speed it up here. You could go fast or slow, it doesn't matter, but constant downward pressure, most important. So you can see we're going to pull this up, and here's a really long one here, and these ones are a little bit shorter. We're going to go ahead and do some zucchini now. So same thing with the zucchini. You're going to want to cut off the end there. Nice section. Try to keep it straight on both sides. Now at the end, when you're done, you're going to end up with a little, chip. Usually I like to eat this as I'm doing it or throw it into dressings, and I'm actually a little bit hungry right now, so I'm going to eat it. So now we're going to try the zucchini. Once again, center the zucchini right in the middle. The more centered it is, the longer your strands will be. If it's not totally centered, your strands won't be that long. Once again, constant downward pressure while you're spinning it. And I'm not that centered on it. And so we got little small ones. So now let's go to carrot, moving on. Select a nice fat carrot here. Cut it straight down. Centered on there. Lock the top in place and turn it. So this is great for making, raw spaghettis, noodles for soups, garnish for salads. You could actually use this to fill like little burritos made with the cabbage leaves, or use it to fill nori wraps. Really great. So this one I didn't get quite centered enough, and so we have like really small strands. So this tool is a nice tool. Once again, discountjuicers.com. You can purchase this item, the spiral slicer. Thank you so much.